And the Chicago Bulls drop a very tough one against the Charlotte Hornets, 83-73, and the Bulls fall now to 9-18 on the season. So this was a very disappointing performance, and you saw the Boo Birds tonight out at the United Center. And have now reached a point in this Bulls season now where you really have to start really talking and diving deep into the question, should the Bulls fire Jim Boylen? And, at this point of the season, I really think it is time to move in another direction because I just think that this story is not really working out, and he made several mistakes in tonight's game. The first we are going to get into real quick is that Lauri Markkanen in tonight's game. Now, Jim Boylen benched Lauri Markkanen starting out the second half. So about 1 minute into the second half, Jim Boylen benched Lauri Markkanen for 14 minutes. Now, why this is in question is that Lauri Markkanen has been playing some of his best basketball over the last several weeks of the season, and already this month he has 4 20-point games. So when he is playing the best basketball all season that he's been playing, and he's one of your hottest guys, you have to keep him out there, especially, to start out the second half, because you want to be able to take control of the game. And this was a winnable game for the Bulls, but what we have seen time and time again this season is that, again, the Bulls are able to keep the game within striking distance in the fourth quarter, and then for some reason, the defense falls apart, really. And, tonight it was just a complete disaster defensively out there. I mean, the Bulls were giving the Hornets wide open looks, wide open lanes to the basketball hoop. And, it was terrible, honestly. And, what's even more terrible is the fact that we as Bulls fans, we have a right to be angry at the front office for really the decisions that they've made and what they have done to this Bulls team, because really you can almost argue to a sense that in this stage of the rebuild, that year 3 or year 4 now in the rebuild, essentially we have really almost made no progress. Like, we are still technically where teams would be in year 1 or 2 of a rebuild, which is, again, a 9-18 team. This basketball team has a whole ton more talent than just 9 wins and 18 losses at the moment. And so that's what makes this very frustrating at the moment. And so, tonight's another big factor with Jim Boylen is that Thaddeus Young, who the Bulls had picked up to be a very, big-time contributor to this team, he has not been given the opportunity to play enough minutes. So, it has reached a point now where Thaddeus Young may request a trade, so he can go somewhere and actually play a lot more. And so with Jim Boylen, another big knock on him really is that he is unable to find the right rotation of players, and so he's not very good at mixing and matching players, like when to bring in guys into the game, when to give guys breaks. Like in the case tonight, giving Lauri Markkanen benching him for 14 minutes, to start out the second half like that was the probably worst decision he can make, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Jim Boylen has also benched Zach LaVine this season, and that came in a very controversial game because then following that benching, Zach LaVine post-game was saying that it's hard to, have trust, paraphrasing here from what Zach LaVine said, but it's essentially hard to have trust in your coach when he doesn't believe in you. And so, there's just a lot of dysfunction going on in this clubhouse right now in the locker room, and it's not looking good, and this season is looking to be a forgotten season. And unless the Bulls do something soon and like fire Jim Boylen and try to bring in another voice that maybe the Bulls players will listen to, more likely bring in a high credible source, then this talent on this team potentially could be wasted, and that would be a an absolute tragedy to see play out. So, tonight's game, the Bulls' leading scorer was Zach LaVine, didn't have the best of games, scored 12 points in the game, and Ryan Onsarito also had 12 points in the game as well. So, the Bulls, they just didn't do a whole lot in tonight's game. Very, very frustrating loss. And the other thing this season, the Bulls have been very inconsistent. You know, we had a nice 2-game winning streak, then we went on a 3-game losing streak, got a win against the Hawks, and now, of course, losing to the Hornets, a very winnable game at home at the United Center. And never a good thing when your home fans are booing you, but in this case, the Bulls fans have a right to be booing this team because this is not a product that should be acceptable in this stage of what has been a rebuild for 3-4 years now. So, you know, really disappointed in where we are at this moment because, you know, it's just not that exciting to obviously year in and year out not be a force in the playoff discussion or be, you know, in the running for the championship and think that your team has a chance to go all the way that season. So, you know, it's been kind of one of those seasons and we're going to have to hang with this. And, you know, hopefully we can turn things around because, again, there's still a ton of talent on this team. And, you know, the Bulls can put it together if they can get focused and be able to grind things out. The other thing I was going to mention about the benching, after post-game, Jim Boylen said in response, the reason he benched Lauri Markkanen is because the unit that the Bulls had going out there was playing hot, and he didn't want to mess with that rhythm, paraphrasing there a little bit, and then essentially that he had played Lauri Markkanen a lot of minutes in the first half, so was giving him a break, I guess. But again, I don't think that's a good enough excuse or reason, whatever you want to call it, because, you know, Lauri Markkanen, he's one of your best players and he should be playing 32, 33, 34 minutes out there because he's young, he's got fresh legs, you know, what he can do scoring wise potentially and what he provides to you on the floor. You know, I think that that's how it should be played. You know, he shouldn't be only totaling like 25, 26 minutes in the game, and that is what we saw in tonight's game. So this is disappointing. And so with that being said, guys, now let's look ahead to the future, to the Chicago Bulls next game. They are going to be at home at the United Center, and they are going to be taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. So the Clippers will be coming into town at 19-7, so that will be a very tough opponent, but the Bulls can definitely get the win in this one, so we will see how it plays out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you made it all the way through to the end of this video, then be sure to smash up that like button and smash the subscriber button and smash that bell button if you have not done so already. If you would like to be notified when brand new Chicago Bulls game recaps are coming your way, we'll be coming to you guys live with all the latest game recaps, post-game, and latest Bulls news. And so let me know down in that comment section, what are your guys' thoughts on the game tonight? Disappointing performance, and what are your thoughts about the rebuild? And really, do you think that the Bulls should seriously consider at this point firing Jim Boylen and trying to bring in a new voice on this team and to get them steered in the right direction? So love to hear your guys' thoughts. And as always, guys, I want to take this time now to thank all of you for watching my videos. I appreciate you guys so much, and I absolutely would not be here without all of you guys. And so I thank you so much. And let me know down in that comment section. Don't ever be afraid, guys, to let me know what you're thinking, because I absolutely love to interact with you guys down in the comment section. And so with that being said, as always, until next time, I will see you guys again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.